Today, students, we are doing part 2 of chapter 1.2 from Kumar Bharati textbook for Standard 9. A synopsis. Swiss Family Robinson. This lesson is a synopsis, which means that it is a summary of the novel written 200 years ago. For the audiobook of this story, click on the link in the description box below. Students, do solve the warm up exercise. And to check your answers, you can visit our website at www.jkacademypro.com. You'll get the link in the description box below. The men knotted a rope at certain intervals. So, men means all the father as well as the boys, because the mother was all alone. There was no other woman along with them. So, the father and the boys, now what they did it, they put knots to a rope. Okay. At certain intervals means at a particular place. So, if you look at the picture alongside, that is how they made knots to it. And they attached pieces of bamboo in each knot. So as they made knots, they put the pieces of bamboo. Thus they created their ladder. So this is how they could make their ladder. Father returned to the beach and collected driftwood. Now what is driftwood is? It is pieces of wood or branches or trunks of trees that float in the sea. So because it is very difficult, they did not have all the things to use. So he went and brought this driftwood from the beach. He went to the beach, and whatever wood he could collect, he brought it, thinking it would be perfect to build a sledge. Now, what is a sledge? Sledge is a vehicle which is used in, to slide down a smooth surface, normally in a snow area. Okay, so now here he used this driftwood to build a sledge on runners. Now, runners are, things where the platform, a piece of wood will slip. So it forms like a wheel underneath, so it will slip, so that is called a runner, on runners rather than wheels. So that is how he made the idea of making a sledge on a runner, and later they used it to transport material. So they needed a lot of things to carry up and down from this side to that side, they had to take. So this acted, the sledge that they made on runners acted like a vehicle for them to carry things from one place to the other. Meanwhile, Elizabeth announced that the garden she had been tending was producing healthy plants. Now they had, started living for some time, and they started, they had to grow crops, everything they couldn't use now from their ship. So she started planting, vegetables and all that. So she announced that the garden she had been tending means looking after, taking care, was producing healthy plants. So now the plants had started growing from that. Corn, melons, pumpkins, and cucumbers were already growing. So all those things she started growing. So all the vegetables, because they required vegetables for their food. The next day, only the father and Fritz traveled to the woods. So, woods means the forest or the jungle, because they were deserted on an island. So, this island, at the edge, maybe there were other trees, other jungles over there. So, they traveled alone inside the woods, exploring and finding such exotic plants. Exploring means trying to find out, trying to locate for things, looking out for things. So that is called exploring. And finding such exotic means very unusual or something very different from what you have seen earlier. So finding such exotic plants, as one with waxy fruit. So it had fruit which, like wax sort of things coming out, from which candles could be made. So that is what father thought, Fritz, that, oh, these fruits are good. Though we can't eat it, we can make candles out of it. Fritz discovered a tree exuding a rubbery sap. So exuding means giving out, and rubbery sap is the juice that comes out from certain trees. It looks like gum or like a rubber. That is how rubber is also collected, no, from the rubber tree. So he found trees giving out this sap or the rubbery solution, so from which his father claimed that they could make boots. Okay, so they required so many things, isn't it? So they were looking out for things around wherever they were living. So they found these things and they started collecting, and they thought, how can we make use of this? So that is how the father taught the children various things of making use of things prudently. That is, very, very carefully, very, very resourcefully, sensibly, thinking ahead of the next winter. So now they were living for a very long time without any help from anyone else. Okay, they were stranded over there, they were left over there. So now they had to think about the winter that would come, the next season. So thinking ahead means to think about what is going to come next. Okay, so thinking ahead of the next winter, father decided to create a place safe from the elements. Elements, this things around them. So he said that now winters are coming, it is going to be very, very cold. So we have to think about that also. So, how can we be safe from the cold winds? A strong storage spot to protect themselves and their belongings. So he thought about all these things and he said that now winters are coming, so we better start preparing for it. Fritz came up with the idea of a cave. So Fritz said, what if we go and live in a cave? Okay, it's going to be very well protected. Not finding one, they thought of carving out their own cave in the rock. So they did not find any cave over there. So they found a big, huge rock. So they said, okay, let's make a cave out of this rock. So they started carving. Carving means they started chipping or breaking and making and shaping the rock into a cave. Abuting their camping site. Abuting means they made a boundary around it. So camping means wherever they were living the for the time being. So that is called the camping site. So they started carving a uh, cave out of a rock. On the smooth face of the rock, father marked the dimensions. So, on the smooth surface, wherever it was smooth and he could write it, so he marked the dimensions. Dimensions are the measurements. Okay, so the length, the breadth, whatever the measurements he had in mind. So, he started marking it for an opening, and they picked away at the hard surface with their axes, chisels, hammers, and shovels. So now, when after the father had marked where the opening will be, he marked the dimensions for the opening. So all these boys, along with the father, they started picking. Picking means they started, cutting the rock. So breaking the rock. So with what they use axes. They use chisels. Chisels are a big nail-like thing where you hammer it. You know what are hammers? And shovels. Shovels are to, pick the rocks, pick the mud out. So those are used as shovels. They are big spoons, okay, which the people who construct use. They are big, massive spoons. No, you must have seen. So axes, chisels, hammers, and shovels they used to started chipping or breaking the rock to make a cave out of it. Over the next several days, the family cut windows in the rocks to allow for cross current of the air. So they also made windows so that the air circulates well. Cross current means flowing from one side to the other. So when there is cross ventilation, it is called, you must have learnt it in science. So we always have a door and windows in the house, isn't it? So there has to be air, has to circulate well, and for sunlight to enter the cave. So all these things they thought about. So not only they made an opening, they also made space for windows as well as for the air to circulate and the sunlight to come in. When they had finished, they had 4 rooms complete with a fireplace. So fireplaces where they can burn the fire. So we know that they were making this house for the winters. So winters will be cold, it could be severe. So they required a place where they can burn the fire, no? So they made a fireplace also. Along with it, this big huge rock had 4 rooms. So you can imagine such a big rock it must be. They now had a new winter home. So this was going to be their winter house. Isn't it beautiful to have so many houses? First they lived in the tent, then they lived in the tree house. Now they decided to live in the rock in the inside the cave. Because of the low light, the cave house they had built felt oppressive. So, oppressive means distressing. They were not very comfortable because the light was very, very low inside the cave. Isn't it? It's a rock, you know. So, how big you can make a window? Small windows only they could carve out, and hardly any sunlight would come inside. So, they did not feel so comfortable. So, in order to, find that, because it was dark and gloomy and all that, it was not so bright. So what they did is, to remedy this, means to find a solution to this darkness, father and Jack rigged up a new light. Okay, so rigged means maybe striking up and bringing up a new light. They found a bamboo pole that would reach from the floor to the ceiling. So they found a big bamboo. Okay, so that acted as a pole. And what they did is they put it so that the bamboo could go from the floor to the ceiling. So tightly they fixed up the bamboo. Okay, then after securing it means to make it sturdy, make it tight. Okay, so that it doesn't topple, doesn't fall off. Jack climbed to the top of the pole and hung a large oil lamp that they had rescued from the ship. So, on that pole, because inside the cave it was very dark and they were feeling very sad and distressing about it, so they put the pole, which they made it very tight so that it doesn't fall off. And Jack climbed up and he put an oil lamp. Okay, from where they got this oil lamp? They had rescued or they had saved it from the ship, which was broken now, which they had left behind. One day, they found that one of the family's huts had been completely destroyed and the cultivated fields around it had been trampled and ruined. So one day what they found is they had made these little huts, to put their things, keep their things. So everything they couldn't take it in the cave, or everything they couldn't take it in the tree house. So they had made these huts where they could keep the things. So they found that they had been destroyed, and the fields which mother, no, they were cultivating, no, vegetables and other things on the fields. So they had made the fields over there, so that had been trampled. Trampled means to walk on it. Okay, so somebody had walked on it and ruined it. That is, they had destroyed it completely. There were huge footmarks everywhere. So they found out that there were footprints, footmarks, big footmarks. Father saw massive damage. Massive means great damage to trees as well as many huge footprints. So father started finding out what is the reason behind this destruction. So he went looking. So he saw that there was a massive damage, great damage to the trees as well. And there were big footprints which he identified as belonging to an elephant herd. So that means a group of elephants, that is a herd of elephants, had passed by that place and they had destroyed everything. The next morning, the family began to design a new defense to discourage all wild animals from entering their cultivated lands. Now, they were cultivating, no, they were growing crops, they were growing vegetables. So, in order to, keep this place safe and not get destroyed again and again, wild animals would come, no, and destroy it. So in order to discourage means not allow them to come, they made a defense. So defense means to protect, okay, from the danger of wild animals from entering. So they also finalized their ideas about the new residents. So they said, okay, now we can't live in this cave also. It is not safe because the herds of elephants or other wild animals can come and attack us and they are destroying our fields. So we have to go and move to a new house. So they started finalizing. Started making plans. What kind of a house should it be now? Rather than building a house on stilts, that is, in spite of building a house on stilts are big pieces of wood, long pieces of wood. On that you build the house, okay, which the elephants could knock down easily. So they thought that if we build the house on stilts, that is long, wooden wood or pieces of wood, the elephants will come and knock them down. So they will, the houses will fall off because elephants are huge animals and they come in big groups, very large groups. So they decided that that is not correct. They would use four strong trees growing in a square near one another as the foundation. So they said, okay, instead of using pieces of wood, we will use huge, strong trees. So four trees we will join. Okay. So wherever there are four trees growing as a square, so that we will make use of and we'll make the foundation from those trees. The trees were of equal size, approximately 12 feet apart. Thus, they built another safe home. So they found such trees, okay, which were four and they were all 12 feet in height. So they were equal in height. So it helped them to build the house on those trees. To check your answers to the English workshop as well as the other questions that are given within the lesson, you can visit our website at www.jkacademypro.com. You'll get the link in the description box below. Do remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye bye.